What's going on, family? Shalom, shalom. Good morning. It's morning time here in Mauritius, and as you see, it is raining. And believe it or not, this is probably the heaviest rain that we have experienced. Been here almost 3 years. This is a heavy rain. So believe it, like surprisingly, when it rains like this, guys, right? If it's raining heavy like this, they will cancel schools. That's Mauritius. So I know, like in Ohio, we have to wait until we have I want to say 3 inches of snow or something, and it's going to continue snowing, and then they will cancel schools, right? But here in Mauritius, if it rains like this, yeah, everybody's at home, nobody's out. People are probably working from home. Think about that. So it is a little bit different here on our island, but I do get a lot of questions from our clients in a mature adult intensive. Like, this is probably the number one questions that I get from people that join the state of diaspora, people that join the mature adult intensive. Check the links in the description, guys. But they say, oh, how is the cyclones there, right? They always say Mauritius has a lot of cyclones. And I'm like, yeah, it's not bad at all. This is the worst that I experienced. Like, I woke up about an hour ago and it was sprinkling, but then it started to pick up like this. So that's why I say this is probably the worst that we have experienced here. So I'm gonna go to the other side right now just to check it out and see how it is. But yeah, this is probably the worst that we experienced it, and it's probably gonna stop in about 10 minutes. So I was about to, go to the store and, handle some things, but, I don't have an umbrella. So this is probably the worst that it's going to be happening here. But yeah, I did want to talk about something real quick because I believe it's very important. People got to realize what's happening here in this world, right? There's so much that's going on, especially in America. We see what happened to Donald Trump. So they say, if you haven't checked out that video, check out it. I think it was our last video we did yesterday. Check that out. But I believe it's getting so much deeper than we expect. There's a lot of people losing their jobs, but they're still building the biggest data center in Texas, and I believe somewhere else. They're pouring $500 billion into it. So it really makes me think about, okay, they're firing people, and the only job is probably to build something that you probably don't agree with. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people just have to do it to survive. And as you see, it's raining. This is a good thing. But in America, I know there's a law that you can't even catch the rainwater, right? And I'm saying that because it's going to come a time where you're going to have to pay for water. You get what I'm saying? Really, the water is not going to be available because the AI data centers is going to use it all. And that's something that's definitely going to happen because they want it to happen. They really want that to happen. So you really got to consider, this is why we say Africa, Africa, Africa. Possibly a couple countries in Asia and stuff like that. But you have to go to countries that is going to be behind with the technology, with the infrastructure in a way. Not too much. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to say go to a country where the electricity is off 24/7. You barely can work and stuff like that. You barely can survive and stuff like that. Don't do that. because I truly believe that you still have some time. I'll say like less than 4 years. We are in 2026, and I know when 2030 come up, yeah, that's probably gonna be like really cutting it close. And I guess it just depends on um, the individual. It depends on you, on how you feel about the urgency of moving, because of course we have people that moved last month to the continent. We have people that moved last year and they're not going back, right? And for us, we always say, just listen to the Most High and what He is telling you. We don't want to say, yes, or we do say it is urgent to get somewhere so you can know how to move around, so you know how the system works, so you understand the infrastructure and stuff like that, so you understand policies, governments, immigration and stuff like that. And this is why we do the things that we do, like State of Diaspora, like the Mature Adult Intensive, one-on-one consultations and stuff, to help people not make the same mistakes that we have, right? You make a mistake, you learn from it. It's not a mistake, it's just a learning curve. And certain people, they probably just want to go in head first and realize that you about to dive into 2 feet of water, right? And that's where the experience come in. That's where you have to talk to someone that has the experience and know, no, you dive over here where it's 9 feet. You get what I'm saying? Not 2 feet. So we do want people not to go through situations that, I'm pretty sure a lot of people go through just because they think it's similar to America in a way. And this is why we say you have to choose the right African country. The country that we believe is good for people, is a soft landing, and is similar to America, but it's still Africa in a way. It's Mauritius, Botswana, Namibia, Rwanda. I would say Kenya, but I know there's a lot of stuff that's going on with the fuel and back and forth and the governments and stuff like that. And yeah, like, you just really have to think about your next move, because if you choose the wrong move, I just saw a comment. Somebody was saying, I might, I'm moving to Tanzania next, was it July or something? Yeah, July. And it's like, dang, if they're retired, like, you gotta have a strategy. You gotta have a strategy. If you are retired, go somewhere where they're gonna appreciate your retirement. Don't go somewhere where you're gonna have to renew your retirement every year, every 2 years. Go somewhere like Mauritius. You get your retirement residency for 10 years. You get what I'm saying? And if you want to go visit a place, go ahead, go visit. As long as you got your residency, you can go back, or you can come back to Mauritius, go travel somewhere else, come back, right? But you really have to consider having a strategy, knowing how to move around a continent, because don't go places where it's not going to work long term, point blank period. This is where discernment come in. This is where wisdom come in. This is where, strategy come in, planning come in, right? Because there's a lot of stuff that's about to be happening, as we know, with this war and stuff. That thing is not going to stop. We see the Iranians, that's not going to stop. So it's just going to get worse and worse in America. Inflation's going to go up. I know they're going to be printing money and stuff, trying to sustain the government. And then that debt is still pushing up, guys. The debt is still pushing up. So you got to realize how when things like this happen, the debt is climbing. It's hitting all-time highs pretty much. The stock market's hitting all-time highs. It's starting to look like, and if you listen to economists, right, they say, yeah, this is worse than 2008, but everything seems good. that kind of just, that scares me. That rubs me the wrong way. Like, man, this could be a big drop. Babylon could fall pretty fast. Uh, so this is why I say you got to keep your options open. Keep your options open. Make sure that you know what to do, where to do it, when to do it, how to do it, and you know who to listen to. Because you know certain people, I guess if you want to be corrupt, go ahead, be corrupt, but you know you don't have to, especially in the times that we are in. You do not have to. You want to be righteous as possible. You want to do the right thing. So this is what we always tell people when they say, hey, why'd you move from that country, or why did you move from Tanzania? And it's like, just too much corruption. You know, we don't want to feed into the corruption. We don't want to keep paying into the corruption and stuff like that. We want to be righteous. You know, that's what the word says. You want to strive for righteousness. You want to do the right thing. And if you're doing the wrong thing, if you paying off immigration just because that's the way they do it and stuff, and you know it's corrupt, why would you do it? So it's spiritual. It's getting way more spiritual than ever before, and the choice is yours. The choice is yours, really. So guys, I think that's it. It's slowing down. The rain is slowing down and stuff. So yeah, I'm about to go get on this walk real quick. Gotta grab a couple items. And yeah, make sure you like the video, leave your comments below, and I'll talk to you next one. Shalom.